Well, welcome back to the channel, Live to Fish 64. Looks like I got another project. Fella dropped off this boat. It's a 15-foot Capri Bayliner. It's got an 85 horse force motor, and he's having some issues. So I've got to take a look at that and maybe pull the carbs if I have to and do a carburetor overall. The throttle is what's giving him a problem. The motor don't look all too bad. I'm going to do a compression check, a spark check first, and make sure it's a viable engine, and then probably start messing with the carburetors. But okay, so far I got the hydrofoil off so I could get it in the bucket. Just fits. So water level's coming up. I'm going to choke it. I've already primed it. I've got my spark testers out, ready to go. So if I can get at least see if I got spark if it don't start. We'll see. I primed it with a prime bulb. It got firm. I don't have any leaks that I can see. So it looks pretty good. Get this thing fired up and first crank. So hopefully, stay tuned. Ready for ignition. Choke's closed. Primer's pumped. Well, it popped. Okay, this is a push to choke ignition, and it wasn't working at first, but I started playing with it, and it's working now. As you can see, all three are functioning. So maybe it was a dirty connection, I don't know, but they're working now, so that's a good step. So okay, so far I've got the carburetors off now, and I'm going to be rebuilding those. At first we didn't have spark, but then I cleaned the contacts on the coils inside here. I even checked them. I checked the ohm readings on them. They were all very similar. 150 ohms on the secondary circuit and about 0.2 ohms on the primary. Usually I expect a little higher ohms than that. 150 ohms seems like they should be in the kilo ohms value, but I guess that's what this these are rated at. So it gave me spark after I cleaned the contacts, put it back together. So now that I got spark, I've got compression. I just got to get fuel. So she should be up and running pretty shortly. Again, this is an 1986 85 horse force. I met this fellow on Facebook and he liked my work, so he hit me up and I said, sure, I'll do it, and come on, bring it on over and I'll take a look. So it's been a bit of a challenge, but so far it's coming along. So I think it'll run fine. It's got good compression now, good spark. Just got to get fuel to her. So stay tuned. Okay, all the bolts are loose. Came out real simple. 6 bolts. So that's all it took to get that carburetor. So I've got the carburetor assembly here. 3 carbs. I've got them all numbered. There's 1, 2, and 3. So okay, so I've got the bowls off of all 3 of them. I just wanted to take a look at them and see what I did notice. Very clean, actually, so far. I'm really kind of surprised at how this thing wouldn't start, and these do actually look pretty good. one thing I want to note is there's a little spring inside of each one of these down in here. I noticed that, so you just got to tip it over, let that spring fall out. But that's part of the kit, so it's replaceable. So we'll set them aside. But the adjustment here looks pretty parallel. I mean, it's not horrible. The adjustment looks pretty good on each one of these. So I was kind of expecting one of these floats to be out of whack. Maybe the needle and seat on some of these aren't, a couple of these aren't working properly. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that when I get them apart. But they are pretty parallel. I don't see it to being grossly out of adjustment on any of these. Also, there's a little washer in here that goes on top of this, so I can't. I think that's part of the kit as well. So that probably creates a nice little seal for the gas. Again, this one might be a little raised up, but still not horribly. So I'll just make sure those are adjusted properly when I put it back. I'll get these things apart and get them soaking. Well, I got the carburetors off the this 85 horse force. I wanted to take a look at the reed valves, and I believe that those could also be a common problem. So I wanted to make sure that they were okay. Just trying to get close enough in there to where if I see an issue. But I looked in there with a flashlight, and each one of these looked pretty good. You can see pretty well in there. I mean, the ones on the sides were a little tough to see, but I didn't see any issues. So with the reed valves being in good shape, I've got spark and good compression, and I took the carbs apart, and I'm waiting for parts on those. I've still got to wait for the owner to get a kit through the mail. 3 kits, in fact, for each one for each carburetor. But when I took apart the carburetors, they were very clean. I see no blockages. The carburetor bowls or the floats were all adjusted properly. The needles and seats might have been a little suspect, but we'll see. I did see on one of the top carburetor, the seat where the needle goes in, the seat was a little bit messed up. So I'm kind of hoping that was my problem. So we'll go from there. Next time, hopefully you'll see this motor. It will be assembled and ready for trial. So we'll try it in the tank again and see if we can fire it up after the carburetors are reinstalled and adjusted. And since I'm here, I'm going to change out the jet on this Mercury 35 horse. This was my son's boat where we swapped the motor. It started good. It ran good at low speed, but at high RPM, he said it started to rev up and rev down and rev up. And I kind of took a guess on the size of the jet. MarineEngine.com offered 3 different sizes: 0.074, 0.072, and 0.070. And looking at the manual on this motor, it actually said that at sea level it required a 0.072 inch size. So I'm going to put the 0.072 into the carburetor, and we'll give it a go again. Maybe I'll even try to see if the timing is correct in the adjustments on the carburetor, just to verify that those are still okay. So Stay tuned. Okay, I got the carburetor back out. Now, if you're not familiar with these carburetors on these 35 Mercs, the high-speed jet is located right in there where the drain plug is for the bowl. So, if you can see it down in there, I don't know if the lighting is good enough, but might be actually too late. Just get it. There you go. I think you can see that. So that's got to come out, and I've already loosened it up, so it would make it easier to come out. There it is. There it is. And this one is a .074, if you can make that number out. You got better eyes than I do if you can see it, but that's it. So I've got a new jet in this box. Though it doesn't say it on here, the size, that is the right part number, 1395-6207 for this jet. I got it through marineengine.com, so this should be the one. It's a little smaller jet than the one that's coming out. I put the .074 in, thinking going the higher size, more fuel, more lubrication, the better. But I think it was bogging down some when he was running, and it was revving up and revving down. So I don't think he was getting the proper amount of fuel. He was getting too much fuel, in fact, and I think it was just doing some weird things. So I'm going to change it out. We're going to try it again and see if the engine stabilizes and runs at the proper RPM at high speed. Now with the jet out, you can just down in the bottom there, you can see to the left, probably at around maybe 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in there's a tiny little hole. And that was my drill hole when I first started. I realized I was off center when I drilled drilled out the old jet. It was so defaced I couldn't get it out, so I had to drill it. But I started drilling, and I went so far and I realized, and I stopped. But I'm hoping that doesn't create a problem as well. As long as I didn't go all the way through, I was okay, I think. But if anybody's got any comments out there about that, let me know. But I did tap that other jet out. I believe I got it all. I do see some brass down there still, maybe in the threads. I really don't know, but it could also be from that plug there. So if anybody's got any comments, please note them down there and tell me what you think. But I'm hoping that rejetting this and putting the proper size jet in will solve my problem. Okay, so now I've got the .072 diameter jet in the carburetor for the main jet. That is the one at sea level that you're supposed to use. I got it idling, and it seems to be idling pretty good. Of course, the other one did too. When I put her in gear, slow idle in gear, seems to be running okay. I need a little more throttle to keep her going though. There we go. Just don't want to empty the bucket. It's going pretty good. Get a little more idle, or a little more throttle. The timing marks, when I was hitting it with a timing gun, I was getting 0 on top of this center flywheel. It's a pointer. So it will actually show up. I'll probably be able to get it in the daylight to show you. It's right on 0 top of the center. I've got to consult the manual, but I think that's correct. I'm not a big fan of the Solec manuals. I don't have an actual version manual for this size motor. But I think it's doing okay. I think this is what I need. We just need to get her out of the water now and see if we can adjust it if we need to. So thanks for watching. So thanks for watching.